welcome back to part 2 of our season finale with Heart Matters with James and Jessica Carter. All right, y'all, let's get right back into it.
And can I jump in?
Go
just
ahead.
as someone who, a couple of things that I learned, because we talk about communication a lot. I've always been very, very honest, very upfront. That actually worked against me.
Yes.
Very much against me. I had someone say, I was like, well, how did you become this person? Because you told me everything you wanted. You told me every expectation. You told me everything. You told me all I had to do was check off the boxes. How would I lose if I check off the boxes? Mm-hmm. And I sat there and was like, how would you lose if you checked off all the boxes? Yeah. You know, so it was, you know, you talking to somebody 7 hours and they just listen, boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Okay, I can do that. Yeah. And by the time you got me, right? Mm-hmm. And that really, really like changed some of how I operated in the sense of when to communicate, how to communicate, and being better with my timing. I even had a guy tell me one time, he said, watch the questions you ask, because as the questions you ask tell me more about you than you think. That's a true statement. And he said, the questions tell me your patterns, and then I can learn whatever I need from what you ask me. Right. And so, and he was great, like big brother to me. I was like, what, my questions? He's like, you need to learn how to watch instead of asking. Mm-hmm. And so I think with this time around, there were things and expectations I had, a heart I was looking for, that I had to learn to watch. That's what built my trust. Not knowing that if I say something, you'll do it. But what do you do when I don't say anything and you don't know what I'm looking for?
Yes.
There you go.
That's
when
good.
I know you treat people a certain kind of way because you just treat them that way. Yeah. Without me saying, I want to be with somebody that is this kind and treats this person and considers the waiter and you just do it, then I can trust you because you don't even know what I'm looking for.
Right.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Like, and so a lot of, for me, a lot of the trust is built in the watching. And scripture talks about how Mary pondered a lot of stuff in her heart. Yeah. Like learning how to ponder certain things in my heart. Like, okay, where's your character? Oh, it's here. He asks me questions sometimes. He'll question things. What you gonna do? Da, da, da. And I think he's like trying to pressure me into something. What you gonna do to, this person want to work with you and they got lots of money, but you made a commitment over here. And I'm like, yeah, so yes, you're not gonna work with them and they got all this money they want. Like, yeah, da, da. So you just gonna sit there and I already made my commitment. I'm just gonna do what I need to do, blah, blah, blah. And I remember he was just like, good. I was just waiting to hear you say that. Like, he'll put pressure on me on the
just trying to check you out. Make sure your heart is right.
And I'm like, so sometimes he's like, you passed the test. I'm like, first of all, stop testing me like that. But for me, just watching, like saying, well, how do you handle this? Yeah. Something happened at his job. He was really upset one time, and how he handles people, how he handles himself, his timing of things lets me know, okay, whether he thinks I'm caring or not, this is the person he is. So if I'm away, this is who he is regardless.
Right.
Whether I'm here, and for him, it's a standard. He's like, okay, she's crying over this in the middle of the night that don't have anything to do with her, but everything to do with character over here. Yeah. Like she's quit this contract. She won't work with this person. She won't. So there'll be moments where he's like, oh, you really this person. Like you had the opportunity. And I think, right. You're like, I respect it. But I think, especially for those who are dating or whatever, I would definitely say to watch the character. Don't give, I think we're giving so many hints because we're so thirsty, especially sometimes for women. Like, I want to help you love me right. I want to give you the keys. And it's like, if he's the right person, he got the keys. He's just trying to figure out if he want to use it on that door.
But that's something that my husband always shares with our daughter. Go ahead, because you feel like I feel like you want to jump in there. You've been a little quiet tonight, so go ahead.
No, I'm just listening. I like to observe. What Mary said. I'm a ponder.
He's applying this.
I know exactly. But no, I love what you were saying because I was having a conversation. I'm going to bring y'all in. And there was a bunch of guys at my studio. It was had to be like, 10 guys. And we got to talking. We got into a discussion. They were talking and they said, man, we want wives. We want that. And however, it doesn't seem like there's any women, like women to wife in this world. And one of the things that they said, one of the guys who was sitting in the middle, he said, well, I want to say something because James, I love what you just said, but I want to attest to what you just said. And I'm going to tell, he said, I want to attest to that. He said, if I want a girl, lustful, and I just want to do my thing, whatever. He said, what I do is I go to social media look at all the stuff that she's doing and saying and doing, and I study that. And once I study that, I go and start putting stuff, or I go buy her the flowers that she says she loves, or the color that she loves. Come to her and give it to her and say, "Oh, you love blue too, or you love flowers too, or you love this type of flower." And she because exactly
about you.
Yep. So he said, "I'll do all these things, and once I do all those things, now I'm in. I have sex with her, but I was never committed to try to marry. I just did it because you were easy, you were gullible, you were all these things. So what you said is so important that you have to be careful that you're not, and like you said earlier about the courtship. Yeah. Back in the day with the courtship, which is how I got with my wife, that I had to work. Like when I say work, like I had to get to know who she was. And she wasn't just out there, and I didn't want a girl that was just, you always see in the mall, she's always with her friends. Back then we had social media. They got social media now to where these girls are not girls, it's girls and the guys. They're putting every move they make, everything they like, so it's so easy to where I don't have to court you. I just go and look through, which means I don't like you. Because I haven't figured out who you are.
Like the idea of being with you temporarily.
Exactly. I like the idea of how good you look. You got this booty, you got all this stuff. Look at all this stuff. Figure out now I can get in your bed with you. Bam, I've gotten what I wanted. However, when you had to court somebody, meaning you didn't have the social media, you didn't have all these things. So I had to really learn. Like I had to go figure out, do she like bowling? What's her favorite color? Like with my wife, and I was trying to figure all these things out. She wasn't. So I had to go talk to her mom. Figure out, what does she like? And I tried to get a number. So I talked about this before, but she gave me her mom's number, which was good. So I called her mom, and her mom began to give me all these. I was getting the rundown,
Nice.
getting the good rundown. Yeah. But it was good because I was courting her, and I liked her not because of. She was fine. Don't get me wrong, but she was so smart. Like she was smart. She was intelligent. She was about her business, but she also knew who she was. And I wanted a woman who wasn't going to come with me and just because I look good, you just want to chase me and be with me. No, I needed you to know who you are so that as your strength becomes my strength and together we move forward. And not, I'm moving forward and you stuck to my side and I'm just dragging you along, if you will. And you're only with me because you're pretty and technically I'm handsome. No, we're together in this situation. And as we're together, we're moving forward. But I needed a woman who knew themselves, meaning that you're not looking for a guy, you're not trying to find him, you're actually strategically moving upward, meaning that you're not just putting yourself out there. You know what I mean? And in today's time,
but that's the advice that people will give girls though. If you want a man, you just got to put yourself out there.
No, that's the worst advice. And I'm saying that because of the conversation I was having with these guys. They were saying, man, if I didn't see her in the mall and she pops up, and all these girls I've been seeing all the time, and this girl pops up, you know who they're gonna ask about? Who is that? Like I've never saw her. Who is that? So now I wonder who that is. I don't see all the time, and the friends are like, oh, that's just such and such. I want to know her. So now that person begins to court that girl who is the mysterious. I don't know anything about her. So now the pursuit becomes I want to get to know her, and the more I pursue and get to know, the more I love, or the more I figure out. Well, I ain't really like what I thought I liked, but
you found a treasure.
I was just going to say, but it's the treasure, and it's I know exactly. It's the mystery though, and I think these girls don't understand that. The Bible says that he that finds a wife finds a good thing, but the word "find" meaning that you're looking exactly. You have to work for it. You literally, as I work for this, when I find it, because you made me have to work, you wasn't just obviously out there. When I found it, I'll give away everything else. Like you just said,
what do you say?
Like you just said, you love her so much that even your sons can't. But how do you love her? Why do you love her that much? It was the pursuit. Once you pursued and you got the treasure, like you called it earlier. When you get the treasure, nobody can touch this. This is. I love this so much because I didn't just pursue the body. I pursued her mind, her everything. Exactly. So she'll never be behind me. I know. But she'll never be behind me. She'll never be. I'll never have her as this or other women talk negative about my wife. Never. Or my family. Or my brother, my sister. Right. No, I love her so much because of the pursuit. But if I didn't have to pursue her. She put everything up here, and I was pursuing the wrong thing. Way easy.
But it's easy to devalue somebody who doesn't value themselves.
Exactly.
But sometimes people are naturally honest. Like I've seen some girls change their whole personality to be the hard to get.
Oh.
And that was something I felt pressure with. Like now it's just like, because I'm friendly. Like I meet somebody, I'm like, hey, da, da, da. So now I feel like, okay, I got to become this meaner version of myself because that's what treasures are. You're hard. And I think we talked one time, and I said, I had to switch my mindset to like, I would tell people like, be like Mount Everest. Mount Everest is there. it's, the tallest mountain. Everyone knows, but you have to have training to get to the top. Like there are people who will lose breath or die.
Yep.
I don't have to move at all.
That's totally
You
true.
see me?
Yep.
It's right here. Like
exactly.
But you can't make it to the what I'm not gonna do is help you get up here.
Get up there.
Exactly. Perfectly
and so
said.
it's like, this is who I am.
Yep.
I'm aware. This is what it is.
Yep.
We're gonna see if you make it to the top.
Yep. That's good. That's good.
And I can, but there were certain things that I had to make sure I held close.
Yeah.
To make sure that I knew who you were to make it to the top. Mm-hmm. But other than that, it's like, I could shine bright. I could be here. It's gonna be hard for you just because I'm Mount Everest.
Yeah.
and
you know that.
And that's a character thing for me.
Exactly.
My character needs to be so high that it makes it difficult for you to make it in my friend circle.
Exactly.
But you just said, something. But you said something at the beginning of your statement that I definitely want to touch on. You were like, you felt that pressure because they about to say, you got to be hard to be pursued, and you felt that pressure to kind of change who you were. I think sometimes that's a very valid mistake. I can't think of the word I want to say, but that's a mistake that a lot of people make, in that, okay, guys are looking for this, so let me change to be that, so that I can't, the right one will find me. But the reality is, when you change to become somebody else, and the person that finds you in that state, that's the person that they're expecting. So as you evolve over the years and you change, and they're like, well, dog,
who you really are.
Yeah, or dog, you've changed, and it's like, no, I've never changed. This is always who I've always been. Yeah. But to them, they never got the chance to get to know that girl, because that's not who you put out there. Yep. And had they seen that from the beginning, y'all could have avoided a whole lot of heartache and heartbreak, because he would have been like, nah, that ain't the one for me. And now you would have avoided that heartbreak of, oh my God, I feel like I gave him everything. I even changed myself for him. Why?
Yeah. Well, see, let me answer that. Look, us guys, we under a lot of pressure.
Under a lot of pressure
with y'all. Okay, we have to prove ourselves to y'all. Yeah. We have to climb Mount Everest. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of pressure. Yeah. We want to pursue, but we want to make it to the top. So we got to do what we got to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's just a lot you got to think about.
But hey,
So we got to make. I guess split decisions. We like, okay, what we got? We might mess up in the middle. Be like, oh God, we messed up. What we got to do? How we gonna fix this? It's crazy.
I was going to say something.
But that,
no. You said it right.
You mentioned the pressure is what got you to. There was a certain amount of pressure I put on you.
Yes.
That made you appropriately be like, I got to be serious about this girl.
Exactly.
And no other woman has ever done that.
I was going to get to that point. Because you know what? The thing is, God has put the capacity inside of men to be able to pursue that and to get a strong woman. You know what I mean? Like I think sometimes we think that what you just said, they put a lot on us, but we like it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because if they're easy, if it's an easy girl, and most guys make that statement though. If it's somebody easy, she's not wifeable.
Wow.
And I'm gonna talk about this. Wow. If you go to the strip club, nobody's gonna go in there and marry one of them girls at the strip club. You know why? Because if you go in there, she's that person. So now, if I marry her, I can't expect her not to go back down. That's what she like to do. I won't. I'm not gonna
have to be okay with that.
Oh yeah, that would have to be the type of person that you want to be with.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
But I'm not pursuing. I know exactly where she's gonna go. I know exactly what she's gonna do. That's what she like to do for money. So that there's really not a pursuit when it comes to if I want sex, because technically they're kind of doing that for sex, if you will. You know what I mean? So
not necessarily now.
Well, I mean,
not necessarily.
You make more money if you
don't.
I would say no.
I don't want to talk about
Rock said no sex in the champagne.
Yeah.
Like,
but
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying though. That
the point,
you would have to literally
is,
be. That's the type of woman that you want,
exactly.
And for most men, that's a fantasy that they have, but that's not who they want to go home with every night.
It takes a strong woman to say, "I'm not going out with my." Like, let's say I see all these other people with their companions. You know what I mean? And in order for me to get a companion, I may think that I need to go out there. And it takes a strong person to say, okay, I'm not going out there. I'm going to stay back. I'm going to...
Maybe you change that to person and not just woman. Because I think a lot of what we've been saying was like toward women, but the same is for men.
Exactly.
I mean, you can't just be taking any of your girl either that next thing you know, all of a sudden your pockets are dry and she gone because she saw what you had to offer.
Exactly.
And I know we've said a lot about women at this table, but it's no different when it comes to men too. Like women sometimes, especially this generation of women, baby, they study men just as much as men study women. And people are just, this is what I want. And as long as this could be satisfied,
exactly.
And then once you can no longer satisfy that, it's over. And people don't sometimes look holistically on what's going to be sustainable, and we're going to have longevity, even if something happens to where this dries up.
And my main point was, in order to be that mystery, sometimes it takes discipline to say, I'm going to stay away from what everybody else is glamorizing as good, like being in the parties and being in the clubs and being in certain spaces. Exactly. But it takes a strong person in order to say, I keep myself from that so that I can grow myself into the treasure that I become, so that when the right person sees me, I don't come with particular baggage. And I'm saying this because sometimes you don't get taught that when you get into situations, there's a lot of addictions and things that attach themselves to you when you go into places. Like you get addicted to being around people. You get addicted to drugs. You get addicted to drinking. You get addicted to smoking. You get addicted to these things. And not just smoking and drinking. You get addicted to people,
attention.
To attention, to men, to all that stuff. So, but when you go into these places and you get all these addictions, now when you have to pull yourself out of that, and exactly, now you got to fight all that stuff off of you, and then you get into a relationship saying that you want to be married and live right and do all that, but that stuff don't go away from your flesh. It doesn't walk out, and they don't tell you that. You know what I mean? You don't hear that in church. They don't teach you these things. Now I'm just gonna get saved, and everything's gonna be glory. Yeah. No. So now I'm fighting myself, and I'm fighting my spouse. And then I hear my friends telling me, you can't come out no more. You can't, she's gonna do this. So I'm telling myself, I know I don't need to do that. My flesh is pulling me towards that. And I'm saying this because I've had friends who this is what they go through, but you're not taught this stuff.
Yeah.
Nobody everybody got something to say to the table now.
It does depend on what you want, because I know couples that go out together and they've been together a long time. Yeah. Yes. Like that is what they wanted. They wanted somebody who went out. They wanted somebody. They didn't want no kids. They wanted to have, and that's a part of their rhythm. Yeah. So, it goes back to knowing what you want. Right. Yeah. Everybody don't want mystery because it's like, I just need to know what I have. Like some people have been so hurt. It's like, what do you want? Mm-hmm. And some people's hearts will respect that. You put everything up front, they'll respect it because they have the character of, I don't break people's hearts.
Maybe you caught what I said wrong then.
Okay.
Because when I say mystery, I don't mean like mystery as in you're being mysterious to this person that you love. When I say mystery, I mean like, who is that? So when I come up, we start communicating, we go through relationship, you learn me then. But I'm saying like, not just putting myself out there for everybody to just know me.
Well, see that.
I don't think she misunderstood you. I think she's just different perspective.
Yeah, it's like
some people want somebody that just
social media influencer, millions of views that have been seen, all of that. There are things you can get offline. Yeah, like absolutely. Like I've done interviews and show you can get those things, but that's why for me, I have to choose based off the character I see, because there might be a lot you can see off of me, like but there are certain things there are certain things I'm hiding that you don't know I'm hiding. Mm-hmm. You might not even know it's a mystery. Like you might not even feel mystery. I just like you just okay, got it, and you won't even know like there was something too high. But everybody, I think we every guy I met doesn't want that now, because of course we just newly married. But everybody, there are guys who have been hurt. Yeah. And they're not looking for They're not looking for someone that's going to be so hard and so I'm this and so I'm a treasure. You need to. I'm the prize.
That's a different mindset.
So many men that want to feel like a prize too. Yeah. And and want to. So we're getting to a space in some places where there's a mutual pursuit in that process, and that's where we were. Like, on both ends. Like, I'm not about to. Like, there are things he hid. That was like, make sure I wasn't no gold digger. He made sure, in time it was like, but he wanted somebody that would do what he would do for them, would do the same for him that he would do for them too. Right. And I just happen to have that personality. Now, a lot of girls wouldn't. I'd buy a gift and be like, I was thinking about you. What you doing that for? That man supposed to be doing that. That's just my personality. Right. Yeah. But because he was looking for that, we worked. Right. So I do, there was mystery and there was this, but because of what we wanted, we got what we wanted. Right. Whereas I know other couples that they don't want what we want, but it works for them. Right. Like y'all gonna go and y'all do what y'all, we not gonna do that. Yeah. We gonna be at the house. But
that still goes back to the just being genuinely honest about who you are, because you're going to attract what you're looking for when you're honest about who you are. Now, don't get me wrong, you're gonna probably attract some of the stuff that you don't want, but that comes also with you being discerning and you knowing what you want. When you know what you want, you'll be able to identify and not make an excuse to say, well, he or she got a little bit of this, but they lacking that, but I'll compromise on that. No, you don't have to compromise. compromise. Like people tell you that some stuff you got to compromise on. You really don't. Like I believe there's literally somebody out there for everyone. And this is just my personal belief that there's somebody out there that is perfect for every person. Does that mean that when y'all get married, everything is going to be perfect, picture perfect? No, but the relationship itself will be so perfect enough that you'll know that this is what I've always wanted, you know, and so this is our perfection. It might not look perfect to everybody else out there, like you said. Listen, y'all can go out and do what y'all want to do. We gonna be at the house, and they looking at y'all like, oh, y'all just such homebodies and y'all boring. This is what works for us.
Yeah.
But you're gonna find your person when you are genuinely who you are, not out there trying to put everything out there because you feel like that's what you got to do. Or not that they're trying to be a mystery for everything and now nobody could get to know nothing about you. Right. Like, dude is really interested, but you sit here, like, come on, like, at some point, you, like, and you're only doing that because somebody told you that's what you got to be to get a man to notice you. And you're trying to figure out, well, man, I keep getting a certain caliber of person because you're being somebody that you're not. And if you be who you are, you know, if you're trying to get somebody who's interested, you need to be a little bit interested.
That's the thing.
You know?
It goes back to what you had asked, which was a very good question. How do you build the trust again? Mm-hmm. And you were saying about being genuinely honest. What happened between me and my wife is we realized that this time around, it takes more than love.
Oh.
It takes more than love. Because when you're young and you're in love, it's a totally different set of kaleidoscope glasses you're looking through. Because it's not real. It is, because there's emotions and everything that's involved in that, but there's no experience yet. There's no hardships. There's no rejection. There's no going through different things in order to pursue and get that value that you're looking for. Because like you say, if it's too easy, then it's not worth it. If it's too hard, then it frustrates you. But
that's good.
That's a good way to put it.
That's good. That's real.
Yep.
But you want that medium.
Yeah.
You still want struggle. You don't want it too easy and you don't want it too hard. You still want the struggle. But it's just like the seasons outside. You know, they change. You age. You go through different periods. Your ups and your downs, your ebbs and your flows. You go through all of that stuff. So you also have triggers. And you have buttons that your partner knows how to push. And you know
ain't nobody else pushing me.
And the thing that got me hooked back to her was we were in the middle of a really heated argument. And like she said, I would never put my hand on her, but boy, I would put my mouth on her. And
That's good, though.
We were going back and forth
That's
like a heavyweight
teaching.
fight.
That's good teaching.
But you know, in the middle of that fight,
That's good.
do you know what she said to me? She said, I don't care what you say. You can never say, I said I regretted marrying you. Whoa.
That's
Game changer. Whatever we were arguing about,
I don't even care.
I forgot.
Yeah,
You know, it did not matter at that point because you took the vows. But here's the thing that's even more important than love: respect.
Oh.
She respected me enough, even though we were going at it back and forth verbally. Her love and emotion and thought process dug deep enough to throw that out there as a weapon and as a neutralizer.
And it worked.
And it diffused any and everything that we were arguing about. We can't even remember what the fight was about at that point because that was a good one. I had no comeback for
There you
it.
go.
You know, what are you going to say? That's good. And the trust starts at that point. And when you realize that you've diffused that bomb, okay, we got it out of our system.
And now what?
Y'all get on over here.
I know. Let's go cuddle.
Let's build from this point on.
I love it.
And that was it.
That was a great point. And you know what? for 34 years of marriage, thank you so much. Thank y'all so much for coming in and giving us that. I want to ask, and thank you guys for being a part of the show as well. And the insights. These insights, you can like you said, but it's like you said earlier about how we can learn from anybody, from any couple, young, mid, older, any couple in any part of their relationship, we can learn. We just got to listen. We got to listen properly because you don't know where you're going to be at and what you're going to need. My uncle used to teach me all the time, don't say what you won't do. Never say that. And exactly. And don't judge people for what they're doing and where they are in their lives, But I want to ask one more question. And we're going to conclude it with this one. Okay. This question came in from the viewers, and I want you guys to answer it and be genuine about your answer. And you got to know your spouse in order to answer this question.
How long we have?
You need your time. The way you setting this up.
You got like 2 minutes. And I'm saying this
we got 2 minutes each?
2 minutes each. I'm saying it because
2, 4, 6, 18. That's a lot of minutes.
You guys can talk a lot of minutes.
Let's do 30 seconds.
30 seconds, that's a quick one.
Yeah, like we've been on here for like
30 seconds.
All right.
There's editing, so it doesn't.
All right.
It's like just edit that out.
All right. So 30 seconds. Can you share a moment when you felt most proud of your partner?
Oh, okay.
Be quick.
I can. I'm gonna get back to. I don't really want to mention this, but I am gonna mention this. Is that with my husband? He asked me. He come in one day and he said, "Baby," I said, "Yeah." He said, "Did you put something on Facebook?" He said, "Did you put some pictures on Facebook with us at my dad's house?" I looked at him like, "Why would I put those pictures on Facebook?" He said, "Baby, I just wanted to ask you that question." And I said, "No, I didn't put that we was in Savannah, we was at your dad's house. I didn't even put nothing, there or whatever." And that trust really let me know that my husband really, really trusts me. And I finally asked him, "Why you said that?" He said, "Because my father called and he said that, I thought I asked your wife is not to, we don't want to be on social media, me and my wife. I don't want pictures out there, whatever, and stuff." And my husband offended me. He said, "My wife said," defended me. Well, you know exactly what I'm saying. He said, if my wife told me she didn't do it, she didn't do it. Basically, that's the end of the conversation. I trust my wife. So I just want my husband to know, I just thank God, because when you get married, that's just one. And that's the most important thing that I always think about, that my husband trusted me enough to offend me. And
we got
defend.
She said y'all know what she's saying.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
But
I got you.
Thank you, baby.
Proudest moment of my wife, when she got her degree in biblical studies. She got a bachelor's degree. If you know her story, when she was in school, that was the most tormenting thing for her, because her parents got married so young. They couldn't help her with anything as far as her homework or anything like that. School was like for her going to Harvard or an Ivy League university, because she did not have the support. And when they couldn't help her, and her family members that stayed down there couldn't help her, because they were hard workers, they would down and make her feel bad, because they didn't understand how to do the work that the teachers were asking her to do, and telling her that she wouldn't make it, she wouldn't graduate on time, she wouldn't do this, she didn't do that. And it was a continued, they didn't even want to teach her how to drive. Nothing, and all I've done is support her ever since I've met her. I think a little bit too much.
Spoiling them. I love that.
That's
like
really
that.
good.
That is good.
The proudest, I would say, is, gosh, so many things make me just smile. One thing that really impressed me is that she's like so much more smarter than I thought she was. And I don't mean that in a bad way.
I get what you're saying.
I know she's already smart. I'm like, oh man, she's so
exactly what
smart.
you're
But actually, she's she's actually really, really smart. You know?
Yeah.
So that's like what surprised me. But what made me so proud is that she's carrying our child together, or well, by herself. But I'm very proud of her for carrying our child, I guess, because I couldn't do it.
I know, right?
You know, you guys are
Hey, you speak for all
built.
men. You speak for all men.
Y'all are built to do this.
Oh yeah. Hey, the more you see, you like, wow, I couldn't do that. I understand.
The more and more, I'm just amazed by your strength and beauty.
I think okay, so Casey never thought he was gonna get married, and it's real reasons, and it's real deep. And so much so, like he had just decided it's gonna be him and music, and that was gonna be it. He bought a house that was not gonna be fit for a family. Like everything was just like, I am settled. And as someone who knew him from high school, even though I had a crush on him then, we were really just friends. Like we hung out. He was everybody's best friend, you know. So he was my best friend. I knew I wasn't his. But he was just that kind of friendly. You know, we just did a lot together. And I think one of my proudest moment was seeing like, man, he got married. It was like my friend, like from not being the wife, but like my friend got married. Wow. The one that just gave up and was like, this isn't going to happen and I'm okay. Like I'm going to learn to be okay. Not I'm desperate, not I'm this. Just like, if it can't happen this way, if it can't be honest, if it can't be at the standards, I'm just not going to do it. And I don't think it's going to happen. And to then have him say, because our 4-year-old isn't his biological child. So in the end, as we were dating, there was a point where he was like, I'm sure about you. I need to make sure I'm sure about CJ as well. In a very honest way, not any like, you know, and I respected that too. Exactly. Like I'm not going to propose. I'm not going until I know I'm here for both. And I can handle both. Like he needed to know I can handle this. Not just you telling me you be good at. Like I need to know. So to know that he had gone through all of that, knowing that he was willing to lose at certain points, like you're gonna know everything, or we're gonna be here, and to get to the point where it's like, man, you have a kid, we're here, you're getting married. Like as a friend, I remember saying, I'm so happy for you. I'm so proud of you for doing the work. I'm so proud of you for saying, you know, I'll settle. I'm so proud. I'll just get the house. I don't have to do what everybody else is doing. And then, you know, he was like, I was supposed to have problems getting pregnant again. And he was like, it's fine. Like, I just want you. I never thought I was going to get married. So then to get pregnant, I'm like, yo, I'm proud of you again. Like, you know, that you have it. So it's that side of me that, of course, I'm his wife and he's great. He's a great husband. But I'm definitely proud that he's gotten those things that he has always wanted and that he didn't settle. So I can't wait to see him holding the baby girl to be like, man, you really got a kid. Like, even though if you see him with CJ, like people be like, that's not his biological child. Like it's very cool.
Because you know I didn't know. Yeah. I was like, wait, what?
I'm just hearing this tonight because they is so close.
Yeah.
Bonded, so that's great.
Yeah. So I'm proud of it.
I'm proud to see that too. That's all right. You know,
that's a real thing to step up.
So yeah, he stepped up to the plate. So. You know,
and he knocked it out the park.
All right, so I guess I'll say mine first. We'll let you,
anniversary.
Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah. And then we'll let you.
I almost started singing. Y'all ain't about to get me. Gonna be talking about me in these Facebook streets.
After 18 years of bliss, I really love our marriage. I really love our marriage. Mm-hmm. But it's a lot that, you know, we've been through that you know, I can say so much about, you know, how I'm proud, who I'm proud of, and because I know you, like I don't know you like God know you, like He know all them hairs on your head and all that stuff, but I'm real close. Okay? I'm close to it. But no, I'll say this, that I'm proud of the woman that I wake up with and look at every day, and I see how the kids look up to you, and they know that Dad don't play when it comes to respect their mom. But not just that, you hold our house together. I'm proud. I see how when you come downstairs and you make breakfast, you make it your business to make sure that we're all there. You make it your business to make, and now watch how you do it with your business. You're running multiple businesses. You're running my business. You're running your business. You know, you're running the account to make sure the money is in there. You know what I mean? Just all of the stuff that I watch you do. And then when you were working and you were getting up 6 o'clock in the morning, going to work, then leaving there, going to get your degree, like people saying about his wife. You're at getting your degree at school till 11 o'clock at night. You come back home, and I just feel like, can I do something for you? I got it. I'm like, wow, it's like you said though, like watching you makes me so proud because like yesterday, it's so much, but like yesterday when you went up on stage,
the most proudest thing.
I know, but this is it. I'm most proud of the woman that you are, that you became, because like at the Women's Expo when they called you up, first off you didn't want to go up, you know. Or you thought they just called you up for a gift.
I thought I was gonna do a prize.
You know, yeah, but coming up, and I'm doing the video, and for Tiffany to say the things that she said, I'm thinking I'm proud to know, not just that I know her, but I mean, obviously she's my wife. Right. She's the mother of my kids, like, and they're talking about her, but your character exudes all of this, everything that we've been talking about since we was kids. So I'm proud to know that you had these aspirations, you had these dreams, and to watch you fulfill them. To watch you become them, to watch you, you know, not just say it, because some people will say it and then they'll find themselves deviating, doing other things, but the integrity, that person is who I want to see my kids become. I'm proud to know that person.
Oh, boy.
Amen.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. You ready to go?
Yeah.
I'm setting it up right.
All right, y'all, we'll see. For me, I'm sitting here. Now you got me all flustered and stuff.
That's when you know you do it right.
but other nostrils flaring.
There you go. Got them wide open.
I cannot with you. You hear me? You would never be invited back. I'm just playing. But I think my most proudest moment with you. It's hard to say. Like, there's so many moments. Like, just being able to, like you said, we've been together we've been married for 18 years, but we've been together for over 22 years at this point. And I think one of my proudest moments with you has been, I guess it's going to be as long as yours to go through the whole thing, is seeing you, like you said, with me, become the man that you are today. Being able to see you navigate so many different things in life that, you know, on the surface, when everybody look at you and they see, oh my God, you know, he's a great husband, he's a great father, he's a great all of this. But because I intimately know everything it took for you to get to this point, and how the things that you deal with and have dealt with secretly, and still you show up every day when, you know, someone needs to be mentored. You're there. You know, when your mentor needed somebody to fill in for him, you were there. And not only were you there, you did so with such excellence. Everything that you do, you do it with excellence. And I love that. I love how you love our children. How sometimes I'm like, I think you might have been a little bit too hard, but you have this desire that you want to make sure that when they go out into society, that they understand that society's not going to love you the way mommy and daddy does. So there's a certain way that you're going to have to be, and you're going to have to be able to stand on your own 2 feet. You're going to have to be able to not just defend yourself, but you're going to have to be able to show the world exactly who you are. And you don't do that just by saying it, but you show them, you know, the type of person that they should be, like, just through your character. And I'm most proud of, again, the man that you are. You pursuing your dreams. I think it's big, because being 2 little country kids, you know, with all these big dreams and aspirations, to see you literally from on your mommy and daddy pots and pans to now being a full-fledged studio owner, you know, mentor, like I said, college professor, a father. You talking about all the stuff I do. Watching you do all the things that you do make me so proud, because there's so many things that statistics would say that we should not be, and I watch you defy every statistic that say a little country boy from Georgia should not be able to do this, and you exceeded those things far and wide. And I'm just proud to be your wife for 18 years.
Well, set it up.
Headed to forever.
Set it up.
Oh.
I feel like somebody else need to kiss in this table, because we've been doing a whole lot of
We'll see y'all later.
No. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for being here. I know you've already thanked everybody, but we have been blessed in my churchy way to have y'all here on this final episode of the season of Heart Matters with James and Jessica Carter. Before we close out completely, is there anything you all would like to say to the viewers? No. Y'all got nothing.
They didn't say a lot.
Okay, they done said a lot. They were just happy to be here. Yeah. So follow us at Heart Matters with James and Jessica Carter on Facebook. If you have any questions that you want us to answer, or to any topics that you want us to discuss in the next season, go ahead and share those with us in the inbox. Email us at heartmattersjjc@gmail.com, and we will be able to record those episodes for you all, and you'll get those in the second season.
The summit?
Oh, thank you. See, this is why we're partners. You know, you need a partner to remind you of stuff. Even though he gonna remind me for me to say it because he could have said it, but that's okay.
No, she got it. She speaks better than I do. You guys want? They won't understand when I'm a country boy.
July 26th through the 28th, we will have our inaugural Generation Summit, and we cannot wait to share that weekend with you all. We are marrying together both of our businesses, our music business as well as our Wealth Empowerment Center. So you're going to get a weekend filled with music panels. You're going to get a weekend filled with wealth empowerment, how to properly set your family up for success, and how to not just create sustainable generational wealth, but how do we accurately pass that down. And then we're going to have a day filled with fun, whether you can bring the kids out. We'll have a bouncy house. We'll have some face painting. We'll have some vendors. We'll have some breakout sessions, because what you will not do is leave this conference and say, oh, we had a good time there, but we don't have any actionable steps. You're going to also leave with some actionable steps so that when you leave, you can begin to implement everything that's going to be poured into you at that summit. You can get your tickets right now at www.generationsummit.com, and we cannot wait to see you there.
Hey, guess what? All I care about is the space. We're going to have a space tournament. If you win, you and your partner get $500, which covers your entire stay. Your stay. It covers the weekend for you if you win, though. We're going to have somebody that's going to be teaching you how to
They're probably not going to win, though, because we
are. Hey, if you don't know how, we're going to even have a class on spades. So if your spouse said, well, I don't really know how to play, that's okay. Just bring your spouse out. We're going to put them in the class real quick. I know how you guys feel. Well, I'm not playing with my spouse because they don't know what they're doing. I'm trying to win.
Partner.
Find you another partner. Bring that partner out. I'm kidding. Because you don't want your spouse mad at you. We just talked about that.
Is this going to be a space partner? I'm not saying, hey, split that little 250 with your spouse. Like, it's a space partner. I'm not getting married to another person.
All right, but no, thank y'all so much. We've had fun, and we'll see y'all on the next run. All right. Be safe and stay in love.